Well, I'll tell you this, I sold my Starbucks shares back in 2015. So I never really messed with Starbucks, even before owning some shares in stocks from Starbucks. I'm not a coffee drinker. And the last time I was in Starbucks was actually probably around 2013, 14, something like that. But I'm not a coffee drinker. I don't care about their food at all. But so in my mind, Starbucks was boycotted for me. And reading this story, seeing the videos, seeing social media and hashtags talking about this confirms this is a indefinite boycott for Starbucks for sure. So apparently 2 black men were arrested for trespassing for not buying or patronizing Starbucks. Going to a public facility or a business such as Starbucks, where you sit down and have your coffee and your bagel, whatever people eat over there and drink. I don't care about no damn Starbucks. So allegedly, of course, we live in a system of racism, white supremacy, as I always say on my channel. You are a threat to the dominant white society. Why? Because you're simply black. Why? Because you have melanin. Why? Because you have a darker hue. So you go to a public place like Starbucks, more than likely, you are considered a threat. So-called law enforcement would say, I was in fear of my life, therefore I had to shoot. And that's exactly what happened with these 2 black men in Philadelphia that were arrested just for being black and not so-called patronizing their business by purchasing something. They were told to purchase something or leave. They were there to meet someone. Matter of fact, it doesn't even matter what they were there for. They can be there. Really, realistically, they could be there just to sit down and talk. Or, whatever they want to do. They could do whatever they want to do in their legal rights, right? But because you go by the so-called United States amendments, we're considered 3/5 of a person. We have been dehumanized in the eyes of the dominant white society. So therefore, these so-called law enforcement officers, these suspected race soldiers, did everything they could because they had every right to take these 2 black men out of Starbucks for not purchasing anything and not patronizing Starbucks. They were simply there, as I'm reading the story, waiting for a friend to meet up at Starbucks. And that was it. They got arrested because one of the damn employees at Starbucks told them they had to buy something or leave. Only them. But there's so many damn troglodyte white people that go there and do the same thing and nothing happens. But because you have a darker hue, you have melanin, you're a threat to the dominant white society. And that's what happens. Now, there's some other conflicting reports as well that are saying that the black men refused to leave. They had several chances to leave. And I read somewhere, I believe here it says that one of the men insulted one of the police officers or somebody who asked them to leave when they had every right to be there and they weren't doing anything. But I'll take that back. They were doing something. They were black. So you can be sitting there, literally not doing nothing. You can be there with a suit and tie and a Bible. You go back into the Jim Crow era and you see our ancestors lynched in suits. Right? Bibles. So the dominant white society don't care what you look like. What I should say, what you dressed as, what you have on. Their concern is your skin tone, your skin complexion, your melanin. That is the weapon that they're in fear of. Right? So Starbucks like I said, I don't care about no damn Starbucks. I don't drink coffee. I'm not a bagel person. Starbucks does nothing for me. I own some shares of stocks and I sold it back in 2015. That's as far as Starbucks as I go with, you know. But again, this confirms a indefinite boycott for Starbucks, point blank and simple. So Starbucks is accused of, you know, of course, discrimination. This goes well beyond just discrimination. This is a lawsuit right here. You kicking 2 black people out because they were there, not doing anything, and you kick them out. And now social media is going crazy regarding this situation. It happened in Philadelphia. The mayor caught wind of this. Social media is abuzz of this. Starbucks is on their apology campaign. I don't know about the employee. I'm not sure what happened to an employee who actually called the police. I don't know if they're suspended, or I mean, not suspended, but fired, or if they still got their job. I don't know. I'm hoping they are, but you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they're still on their, you know, still doing their damn job, making lattes or whatever the hell they're doing over there. I wouldn't be surprised. But like I said, yeah, this is one of the reports saying that one of the black men refused to leave. They had several opportunities to leave, and they took a jab at the police officer, talking about he's making only $45,000 a year, yada, yada, yada. Listen, if he actually said that, he had every right to do that. Because, again, they were there, not doing anything, not bothering anybody, but the dominant white society and its white-owned business wanted these black men to buy something or leave, similar to what they did in the Jim Crow era, what they did with these meritorious manumission laws, with these slave codes, where you had to be around certain quarters and be around parameters, and, you know, you couldn't be around black people in a public manner at a specific location at a specific time. That's exactly what they did. That's exactly what's happening today in 2018. The modern day Jim Crow era is upon us. And again, just like our brother Neely Fuller would say, we're prisoners of war. We have been since the inception of the transatlantic slave trade over 500 years ago. Point blank and simple. So with this story, family, I'm hoping there will be a lawsuit, a civil lawsuit regarding Starbucks. Anybody that has melanin, that, you know, was, I guess, friendly with Starbucks or whatever, boycott them indefinitely. I'm hoping that the Starbucks shares would fall, and their you know, everything starts to go downhill from here, as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? As far as I'm concerned. But I'm hoping a big lawsuit's happening with these 2 gentlemen, and they get a big check regarding this. And you know, what I want to see outside of that is I want to see tangible things change. Tangible things like laws being changed regarding situations like this. Right? That's what I want to see, ultimately. But for the near future, lawsuit, get a check, you know what I'm saying, from Starbucks. And I want to see Starbucks have a slow downward spiral from this incident, and black people need to boycott Starbucks indefinitely. Point blank and simple. All right, family, those are my quick thoughts on that. I'll have the link to the story in the description. There's a video on Twitter regarding the arrest as well. Happened a couple days ago. So it's fairly recent. And even this white dude was like, well, what did they do? What did they do? You know? Why doesn't this happen to us? This is exactly what he said in the video. You know? So anyway, those are my quick thoughts on that, family. Leave your comments down below in the comment section. Till next time, Chauncey, a.k.a. the Black Separatist, signing out. Peace.